All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honor to the apostles, elder, bishop, and elders, a great millstone, rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the Akim, believing this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening learning, if you sisters who are listening learning. And we just saw this clip earlier, so we just want to add our 2 cents on this. And I'm going to title this lesson, A Healthy Dose of Fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the best medicine. Because when you don't fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, things happen, what's it say, of a sudden. So the first precept I'm going to grab here is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and 12. And it reads, For man also knoweth not his time, as fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time, when it follows suddenly upon them.
Hey, and if I could say this,
You got it?
a lot of things got to go right for you to live or die. Car accidents, daily, in real time. A lot of things got to go perfect for you to survive or not survive. And that's the fear of the Lord right there. You know that your life ain't really in your hands. It was never in your hands. You know?
Yeah.
I got one if you...
Go ahead.
With that one.
Yeah, I
This
got
is,
it. I'm good to Wisdom Solomon 1, but you got it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 14. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb.
Right, and to show you this man wasn't faithful because he was coming against the Lord the whole time, man. He been and I listened to Elder Knock Zappa. He said he had a count for a while, then he stopped, and then he resurfaced. Now he got a podcast, but he had a count once upon a time. So this is I was finna go to damn, I forgot the precept I was finna get.
I got one.
Let me just, you got it.
Okay, I got one. Yep.
Cool.
Matthew
I
12
forget
and
what I was finna
36
go
it
to.
says, But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
That's it. Oh, that's what it was. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and 8, it reads, He therefore that despiseth not man, but God, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit. See, this guy was coming against Apostle Hall the whole time, man. When he resurfaced, I don't know who this nigga. I never saw him before that. But Elder Zabba said that he had a count, and then he stopped after a while, and then he took a hiatus or whatever you call it. Then he resurfaced with a podcast. But the Lord have given us his Holy Spirit, man. And you could talk shit to the men of the Lord, thinking they just average men, but you really talking to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Hey, that goes into like the ancient world. If a king sent his messenger and you harmed his messenger, that was what? That was an act of war.
Right.
So at that point, you declared war. And that's why the Lord said, it's not me, it's not you they hated, but me.
Right.
So you come up against it, you think you're coming up against men, you're really coming up against the warning that Yahweh Shai has sent to those men.
A quick precept.
You got it.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 10, and verse 16. It said, He that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me.
That's it. That's it, man.
And see, Jake, you look at nigga culture, it's cute to be disrespectful.
Right.
It's cute to have no reverence for the elderly, man.
Right.
And nigga culture. All right? But when you go back, even in the law, it says how you will rise up for the hoary head.
Right.
There was some reverence you had for elder men. And Jake think that's a light thing, to say what they want. Like, you go to nigga culture is a product of the matriarch.
Right.
So popping off at the mouth is cute to niggas. To say anything and do anything, it's like niggas have a competition who can say the most outlandish shit. That's a culture.
Yep.
But see, Jake tried to bring that into the truth, not understanding that there's divine judgment. There's a divine oversight.
Right.
Okay, that's in place.
Right.
And more severe consequences.
Yeah.
Real quick, I got that precept.
You got
Leviticus 19 and 32.
There you go.
I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, Stand up in the presence of the elderly and show respect for the age.
Yeah. So real quick, everybody was talking about the law, right?
Right.
Everybody loves to say the law, the law, the law. Well, look how easily it is for men to disrespect the apostles.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
You know, even with us, even like if we do a response video to Nate, we still gonna be mindful how we speak.
Right.
We not gonna address Nate like the apostles address Nate, because
Right.
they're peers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's still an elderly man in Israel.
Right.
Right.
We'll
Yeah.
address the doctrine, but we ain't gonna get out of pocket
Right,
with Nate
yeah,
like we'll
right.
deal with Captain Tazariak.
Right.
You see?
Consideration.
Yeah, it's a consideration. Now the
Right.
apostles can do that. They
Yeah.
peers.
Right. Right.
You see? But
Yeah.
with us, it's still gonna be a form
Respectful.
of it's
Respect.
still
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
You know, but that's a lost art amongst niggas, and niggas bringing that shit into the truth, and just look at the apostles as elderly men from their neighborhood that
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
have no
yeah,
reverence for.
yeah.
Right.
You know, and they pop that shit off, and this how it end.
Hey, what's the precept that say never disrespect the elder? I forget where it's at. This is
Hold on, real quick.
you got it. You got it.
This is Exodus 22:28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
Right. Right. That's it.
Because that's
That's
going
it.
into the judges. You ain't supposed to revile, and the Lord appointed men, and the work speak for itself. So you could. That's why going into what you were saying about the Bishop Nate. The work speaks. They've been in it for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Our apostles been in it for a long time. It's
Yeah.
certain things that's above your spiritual pay grade.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's above your spiritual rank, and you
Yeah.
respect that.
yeah, yeah,
You stay in your place through the spirit and
Yeah.
watch it play out.
yeah.
This is 1 Samuel 2:3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for Yahweh is a power of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this in Psalms. This is Psalm 68:20. It reads, He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto power of the Lord belong the issues from death.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? And then you got the one here.
Hey, because when you look at it, how it's set up now, the Lord has to intervene.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause we don't have the power to judge according to our law.
Right.
So now the Lord got to get in front of it.
Yep.
So it's like in the ancient world, a man was guilty of certain things. We had the right and the ability and the privilege and the license to execute judgment.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right now we can only speak on it and point it out.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Lord come through and execute.
Yeah.
Right. So that one precept, Psalm 68:20, it said, From the Lord is issues from death. Right? This Proverbs 4:20. My son, attend to my words. Incline thy ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thy eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all thy flesh, to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
That's it.
So, the Lord controlled the issues from death and the issues of life, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't talking shit to the men, they just messengers.
Right. And that's why scriptures say the trial of a man is in his
Oh
reason.
man, let me get that. Yeah.
When you hear a man talk, you can understand how much he understands.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
You know?
This Ecclesiastes 27:3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, which this guy didn't do, his house shall soon be overthrown. As when one sifted with a sieve, the refuse remaineth. So the filth of man is in his talk.
Get
Yeah.
his house overthrown.
Yep.
Because when you go into a man's house, you know, that's his possessions.
Habitation, his foundation.
Yeah, that's his possessions. That's his descendants. That's your house.
Right.
You know? So this guy, like a guy like this, for an example, his house is overthrown. Okay? Because now he's going to have to come back and be a part of another man's house.
Right.
You see, when he comes back,
Damn.
you know?
Yeah, that's heavy.
So he'll never have the opportunity to be the progenitor of the house.
Right. The
Because
head of the house.
that's the perks of the elect.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that we get to be the progenitors
Right,
of
right,
all
right,
the houses
right.
in Israel.
Right. Right.
You see, his house was just overthrown.
Right.
So now you got to come back through another
Yeah.
man's house.
Hey, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, cause in Numbers, it was that Numbers 13, the Lord told Moses, he said, go get a man, a ruler out of each one of the tribes,
Yeah.
and go spy out the land.
Yeah.
It said a ruler
Yeah.
from each one of the tribes.
Yeah,
Now the
yeah.
Lord raising up 144, 12,000 from each tribe.
Yeah.
Hey, and as Ricard always said, we don't know who had said that saying that, but as to be an elect man at 144,000, you only got 12,000. You only got 1 in 12,000 chance to be one of those men from each tribe. 1 in 12,000 chance. 12,000 ain't that much,
Amongst billions.
right?
You gotta factor in the billions of Israelites that it is, man.
Very select.
You know, so yeah, so Jake don't understand, cause see, like I say, with them, and that's the thing about nigga culture too. It teaches you to take everything lightly.
Right.
It don't teach you to be serious
Right,
about shit.
yeah.
You take
Facts,
everything
facts.
lightly.
Yeah,
You know, so they just talk random shit. It's light to them.
right.
You know, but see, the Lord ain't playing. Niggas playing, but the Lord ain't. That's a lesson.
Right.
Yeah,
Niggas playing, but the Lord ain't.
That's definitely a lesson.
And that's been in 2026. You best believe,
Man.
you know, the Lord gonna start turning up the notch. When he gonna turn the knob up on judgment, man.
Right.
You know, cause niggas won't stop.
Right.
You know.
So going back, Ecclesiastes 27:3, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown, as when one sitteth with a sieve, the refuse remaineth, so the filth of man is in his talk. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel,
Mm-hmm.
so the trial of man is in his reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
The fruit declareth,
The fact that you think it's okay to do that,
yeah,
that shows your reasoning.
Right. Right. It's
Right.
certain risk you wouldn't even consider taking.
Yeah. So exactly, bro. So the fact that you would do that tells a lot.
Right.
The fact that you even consider this, you know, that lets me know everything I need to know
Right.
about you. You know, you got it, bro.
verse 6, the fruit declareth if the tree have been dressed, so is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man.
And see how people don't understand when videos like this come out against guys in the aftermath is to teach you a lesson, a very important lesson that look, it's not a game. And that's the
Right.
Lord teaching that lesson.
Oh, I got that for you.
You know, it's the prophets bringing it to light, but
Right.
it's dead serious.
Yeah.
You think just because you know you're Israelite, you can scoff and you can say, you know, what Captain Tazariak said about Apostle Tahar, and it rolled off his shoulder.
Yeah,
And that's really in the spirit heaping hot coals on you, bro.
Yep.
You don't
Yep.
even know what you're doing, because if you know how serious this was, you wouldn't even take that type of gamble. You wouldn't even take that type of risk. There's certain things you wouldn't even say out your mouth.
This,
Quick.
you got it.
This is AI overview. I said, what is a cautionary tale? A cautionary tale is a story that warns listeners about potential dangers or negative consequences of certain actions,
Right.
teaching a moral lesson through a narrative where a character ignores advice and suffers a grim fate.
And that's been
Oof.
happening over and over. Alizé. And now this guy.
Yeah.
These are cautionary tales of you've been warned. The Lord's so cold and merciful that guys like this was warned. Brothers did videos. Apostles did videos on Alizé many years telling you, stop, bro. Just stop. You doing too much. Years down the line. And when judgment isn't executed speedily. Years down the line it happened, and now everybody look at it like, why not? It's a cautionary tale. It has to be told. You were
Right.
warned and you didn't listen.
Yep. This verse 7. Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men. And then you just said that, so I want to get this.
It's cold because the Lord ain't no bully. Like, the Lord is a fair judge. Like, the Lord know, like, we all in the lower state. So the Lord will give you room. And the apostles are set up as those judges in Israel.
Right.
Like, look, this off. This wrong. Stop doing that. Like, if a general speaking, you going to take into account this man's experience, this man's work, and you going to consider the words. It ain't a I told you so moment. It ain't an ego. It's a war. The general saying, look, we got to go right instead of left for the sake of the whole army. You fighting with your ego. And the Lord do what? Move him out the way. I need that spirit. Come back.
This Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is full of setting them to do evil.
And I'm going to say this again. A goddamn matriarch, man. Because niggas see they mothers rebel against all authority their whole life.
Right.
Say anything, cussing out the bill collector. Go to school, cuss out the principal.
Yeah.
Cuss out your daddy.
The
Cuss
teacher.
out your daddy.
Yep,
Right.
yep, yep,
Goddamn. All this just reckless.
yep.
I can say what I want and do what I want.
Right.
That shit. All that shit stem from the matriarch. These niggas seeing their mama just rebel against every piece of authority.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because going back, these same men that rebel against apostles and elders, okay, when a so-called white man tell ass take their head off in court, them niggas do it.
Right.
But that's the only person they seen their mama
Right.
reverence is a goddamn so-called white man.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Hey.
like I say, a lot of you niggas bring that matriarch shit over here to the truth, and it don't work. The Lord judge your ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah.
Hey,
Please.
going into Salakia, you made a statement that houses will be overthrown.
Yeah.
And that ain't just you, that's your wives, your
Yeah.
all of that got
Yeah.
overthrown because you,
Yeah.
real quick, we ain't gonna get the whole account. Number 16 and 27. It says, so they gathered from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children.
Yeah, and I can say that's a cautionary tale.
Right?
Corey and Dathan. You see there, that's a cautionary tale. So the Lord show you how he get down with rebellion. And then for you to still go that route. That's just like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
That's a cautionary tale.
Right.
And you gonna mimic that,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because it's one thing when somebody don't listen. But then it's one thing when people know how you get down.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to tempt that shit.
Right.
Yep.
So it's
Yep,
like
yep.
motherfuckers ain't happy to the Most High wilding out.
Mm.
It's like Jake you go First King, Second King, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. It's like them niggas weren't satisfied until the Most High wild out.
Yeah.
Them niggas just kept bringing more idols in, kept being rebellious, it's like niggas ain't satisfied until the Most High spaz out.
I
Yeah,
got
bro.
one. This Psalms 95 and 9. When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you got the stories of how the Most High get down.
Right.
But going back like we were saying earlier, Jake think they the exception.
Right. Right. I don't think they.
It's been going down like this for thousands of years.
Man, bro.
We up. But you the exception. You finna be the exception. No, man, you just finna be a statistic.
Right. Back in the food chain.
Yeah, you finna be just another cautionary tale.
Man, this is
Real quick, let me close this out. This number 16 and 32. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertain unto Korah and all their goods. Showing that house being overthrown.
All the men, and then all the men that's associated with it.
That pertain
You
to
know what I'm
them, right?
saying? And you people say, all you people on the comment board with Genesis and ISUBK, IUIC.
subverting whole houses.
Yeah, you just sitting there cheerleading these niggas. You
Your house gonna be overthrown
you gonna
too.
be part of the RICO.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You part of
That's
that
a lesson.
RICO. That spiritual RICO.
Mm.
When the
That's a
Lord
lesson.
come through with that spiritual RICO,
Yeah.
yeah, you a part of that.
Damn.
You see? Because it don't matter. Guess what? If you a kingpin and they freeze your assets, if I got one bank transfer to you, I don't care if it's for $5, they gonna
froze.
freeze all my shit
It's
too.
Right.
They don't give a damn if it's one transfer from 10 years ago. Motherfucker, you obeying them. Your shit froze too. And you got the charges he got.
Right.
You see?
And the judgment.
Yeah. See, nigga playing. Nigga, you on the comment board, it's cute, you on the comment board hanging out, nigga, no.
Yeah.
Let's say, even if it ain't no bank transfer, they just say, I like to hang out at the spot where the kingpins hang out. I just like to be around.
Right.
Nigga, Rico. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one real quick.
Yeah,
Number 16 and 32 in the NLT. The
Man.
earth opened its mouth and swallowed them in, along with their households and all their followers.
All their followers.
Mm.
Cause what you gotta be to watch
Tough.
these niggas be, you gotta be a
You gotta
follower.
be a follower. Yeah.
You subscribing to the shit. Like that word, let me look at that word subscription. I wonder what it go into.
I get it.
Yeah. The word subscription, subscribe. You see?
Damn.
Yeah, man. And see, niggas playing, but the Lord ain't. All that shit. Hide your daughter from GMS. The angels ain't forgot about that.
Yeah, right.
No, you gotta stand on that.
Right. It says AI overview. To subscribe means to sign or give consent.
Yeah. You consenting to evil.
That's it.
Yeah, you subscribing to this bullshit.
Mm.
You know? Go ahead.
The etymology says early 15th century, subscribing, to sign at the bottom of a document, give one's consent,
Yeah, you signing off on that shit.
said bind oneself.
To bind oneself.
Yeah, you tied to the hip on this.
Yeah,
thing.
it's to bind oneself.
Damn.
When you subscribe and you get on there, Shalom, you're putting your signature. And it's spiritual because the comments at the bottom of the video. Because what you say you signed to the bottom
Right.
of yeah.
I read it again. It says early 15th century, subscribing to sign at the bottom of a document.
Now what else?
At the bottom?
At the bottom of
At
the
the
video.
bottom.
That's a signature.
Yeah, your signature. No, you
Damn.
you part of the case now.
That's heavy,
Yeah,
man.
you part of the
That's
case
heavy
now.
as fuck. Wow.
So when that judgment hit, like, nah, you subscribe to this shit. You signed off on this shit.
Yeah. You found it agreeable.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
This is back in Ecclesiastes 8.
Hey, so it's less about prince of the power and it's more about the principle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those that fell on that stone,
Yeah.
broke in the powder. You
Yep,
thought that you
yep.
was playing with men, and you playing with the highest.
Yeah.
Where the king's word is.
There's power.
Hey, because it say, Matthew 21, it say 44,
I can get
whosoever shall fall in the stone shall be wounded, but whosoever the stone shall fall on shall grind in the powder. So the Lord wounded that nigga, because when you wounded, it say, they that stumble at the word of the Lord, right, they offended.
Yeah.
So that nigga was already wounded by Yahweh Shah. Then the Lord just finished him off. Because he fell over the stone.
Okay.
Right? It say, whosoever shall fall in the stone shall be wounded.
close.
Whosoever shall fall in the stone shall be wounded, but whosoever the stone shall fall on shall grind the powder. So Lord already wounded that nigga because he was offended.
Yep.
He was already wounded.
Yep.
Then the Lord just finished his ass off.
Yep.
This Ecclesiastes 8 and 12.
As scriptures say, death is better than the continual sickness.
Right. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear power, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before power.
Yep. The lack of fear.
Right.
Going back to the title of the lesson.
Right.
Fear is healthy. And that's with anything. Fear is healthy with anything because fear is a deterrent.
Right.
You see, people think it's heroic to be fearless. No. You need fear. Because fear, it makes you, it makes you cautious when you need to be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
So, these guys that have no fear, that means they don't have no boundaries.
Right.
Like, if you have no fear, you don't have no
Yeah, that
boundaries.
nigga unlimited. Yeah.
It goes like to what he said earlier. Like,
He
these young
unlimited.
niggas, what he said, let's meet up and die.
Right.
Because there's no fear.
Right.
You see? So, Jake is reckless
Hey, you
because
hold
they
some?
don't have that healthy
Give me
dose
Malachi
of
1
the
and
fear
6.
of Yahweh Shem Al Shai.
Right.
Man back that.
You got it.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 20. The root of wisdom is to fear the Lord.
Yeah, the root. And then you go into fear. It goes into a reverence or an admiration.
Right.
How you admire,
Right.
because if you had, see, there's a fear, of course, of what the Lord is capable of doing,
Right.
which He's unlimited in how He can punish. But then there's a fear of admiration, like, I represent my power.
Come on.
I ain't even gonna do that. I have a deep admiration for my power. I'm
Right.
not gonna do that because
Right.
I'm an extension of Him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the three Hebrew boys when they answered King Nebuchadnezzar, like, look, even if they said the Lord, we know He able to save, but even if He don't, we not doing that shit.
Right.
That was a fear. That was out of admiration for their power.
Right.
Nigga, we not doing that shit. You see?
Yep.
It's a reverence.
But Jake lacked that.
Right.
So Jake get on the video, say, and do any goddamn thing. You know? And all you're doing is just making yourself a target for judgment.
That's
you're
it.
making yourself, you're making yourself eligible to be a cautionary tale.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Read that.
Malachi 1:6.
That's fire.
A son honored his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor?
Right.
And if I be a master, where is my fear? said the Lord.
Because with a father, you look up to him. You don't want to disappoint him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a level of I don't want to disappoint my father, and that's that healthy fear of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because we don't fear the Lord like he's unpredictable. Like I could
Yeah.
do what's right and he'll bully me.
No, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
exactly,
nah, man, my father set up a standard.
Come.
It's like your father coach you and then he watch you at the game and you looking in the stands and he not smiling, he not frowning, he just stoic.
Yeah.
You like, damn, man, he did enough. Because you want to impress him. You want to, man, Pops, I'm there. They don't have that, man. They think that being an Israelite is the finish line and they don't have no fear of the consequence.
It's heavy. Being the Israelite, the finish line.
Yeah.
That's why they find out they're Israelites and they just keep wilding out.
Yeah, they cruising.
Yeah.
They put the car in cruise control.
Yeah.
I found out who I am, and now it's just ceremonies and holy days and
They just put fringes on top of a nigga.
yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is I'm gonna close with this. The Wisdom of Solomon 1:6. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For God is witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which contain all things have knowledge of the voice. Therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid. Neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly,
Right.
and the sounds of his word shall come up unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked
And
deeds.
you know how cold the Lord is? He gave the internet.
Yeah.
So you get to witness the folly.
Yep.
Everybody got license
Yep.
to say whatever you want to say. And the trial of a man is in his reasoning.
That's
So
it.
YouTube, you get to see the trial of men.
Yep.
So when the consequence happened and it hit the internet, you get to consider their trial.
Yeah.
That man was on trial. And
He was on
blew-
trial.
What Jake said in the world, you blew trial.
Yeah.
It's over.
And he got all them electronic signatures on there.
Right.
Man.
So, hey, the followers.
Yeah.
Number 16.
Yeah, you all them electronic signatures, you subscribe to this shit, man.
For
And Jake, forget that. It's an order. Like,
Right.
you got those men that said, we don't worship Yahweh Shai. But you don't understand our heritage. If you got into the court of King David, you showed honor.
Yeah.
That would be considered worship in today's world. If you was in you saw King David sitting on the throne and you had to enter into that throne and speak to this man, this king. You ain't come in there like on some like we equal, we peers. You came in there, you acknowledged his rank.
Well, say about it, old boy. Yeah, come with
Right.
some shit like that. You know
And that's how they
Yeah.
was treating Yahweh Shai's rank. Like
Yeah.
I could have did it too.
They
You just the
Joseph
Israelite
said.
that
Yeah.
just drew the shortest straw. It's just
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah.
That's not what you a part of.
Little
man.
nigga said in the silk, what it is, fella?
Well,
Right.
What is my guy?
We're not peers with you. Like we joint heirs, but we're not peers. He's the principal son.
Yeah.
This is the one that went. This is the high rank.
There's a certain reverence you have for the principal son.
Tripping,
Right.
Because even and he's the high priest.
tripping.
They said even Alexander the Great bowed down to the high priest.
You gonna
Yep.
show. You
You
gonna
know
show
what I'm saying?
obedience to the rank.
This an Edomite
That's
that's
crazy.
out there conquering shit. But he see the high priest, he humble, you know.
So this is verse 10, Wisdom of Solomon 1:10. For the ears of jealousy hear of all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid. Therefore beware of murmurings, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting.
Hey, going into the law, do not revile the gods.
Right. For
No,
there,
no
yep,
curse the ruler of thy people.
yep. That's
Even
it.
if it's in your bed chambers, you think you doing it in secret.
Yeah.
These niggas did it in public.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in secret.
yeah.
And the Lord's like, all right, when the judgment come, you're not a victim. And I'm going to let my men know to tell the world this nigga was not a victim.
Right.
He wasn't no good boy. He didn't have potential. He did exactly what he wanted to do.
For
And
there,
that was rebel.
right. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. So this reads right here, it say, seek not death in the error of your life, and put not upon yourself destruction with the works of your hands. And I got one more here, and that's it. You got it.
Their own grave.
Yeah.
Every video you take, every time you come in rebellion, it's like you taking a shovel and you scooping up dirt.
Right.
Right.
So once you get to a certain point, the Most High just kick you in your grave.
Right.
Then
Hey.
you've been digging this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So now it's enough to where I can just put you in the motherfucker.
Hey, the Lord said it was better if a fool is better when he hold his folly. Right? He don't speak.
Even the fool is considered wise.
Yeah, consider wise. This is Rock 32:12. It reads, I'm going to read 11. Rise up, be times and be not the last, but get thee home without delay. There, take thy pastime, do what thy will, but sin not by proud speech.
And I'm going to say this, going back to a fool is considered wise when they hold their peace. Because silence is also a defense. Because you can feel some type of way, and then when you speak on it, now you're in the wrong. Because there's certain things, like me personally as a man, that I felt wronged about. But I stayed silent and let time play it out. And if I see that I would have spoke on it in the moment, I would have been in the wrong. So silence is a defense. Like, just hold your peace. Let the Lord show you the full picture. Going back to the nigga woman. Soon as the nigga woman feels something, she got yeah. Just talking. Don't even fully understand what's going on, just talking. And these niggas bring that into the truth. Amongst a patriarch, amongst masculine energy, amongst divine judgment, and it's be the same outcome every time. Yeah, silence is a defense. Sometimes you gotta just be silent, even when you don't fully understand certain things. And you can feel a certain type of way. And you can have a case. But you still gotta let things play out and let the Lord either confirm you was right or it was a good thing you held your peace. You know? Because if you jump the gun, you wrong. Even though you right, now you wrong. And King David was the example. He had a case against King Saul. But he had to let the Lord let it play out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he was justified by the Lord. See, Jake, this going back to we becoming special forces in the spirit, to where you gotta have different instinct, you gotta have a different skill set. Like, it's gonna take a different skill set to make it to salvation. You know, that basic, like you say, being the Israelite, the finish line, you're not built. You gotta have a special skill set in the spirit to make it to salvation. And a lot of Jake, they can't just shut the fuck up.
Right. Hey, so with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishop, and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all that can believe in this truth and pushing this truth. Okay.